I want to know, welcome to the Math Magic Show. On this one, we're going to answer a simple SAT question. This is sourced from the College Board, just so you know. So Aaron is staying at a hotel that charges $100 per night, plus tax for a room. A tax of 7% is applied to the room rate, and an additional one-time untaxed fee of $10 is charged by the hotel. Find an expression for the total he must pay based on this information. So, stage number 1 is to introduce a variable and then define the meaning of the variable. So that would be the number of nights that he stays at the, for example, hotel. That's one key piece of information. After that, you got to take your x and multiply by 100 because we were told it's $100 per night. So in other words, it's going to look like this. It's going to be 100x, and what that represents essentially is the money for the nights he stays at the hotel. Just keep that in mind. Note on units. So what I mean by that is the following, right? It's $100 per one night, and if you would multiply by 5 nights or 10 nights or 50 nights, some number of nights, notice that the nights units would cancel and you would end up with $500. So I know that it's 100 times x, not 100 plus x or 100 divided by x or something along those lines. When you are preparing for these standardized tests, often understanding how to manipulate units is very useful. Now after that, I'm going to do this next. It's going to be 1.07 times 100x. Well, I'm doing that because 100x is how much you pay for the x nights, and that portion is taxed. So you multiply by 1.07 because 1.07 includes the 7% tax that you see up there, okay? Like if it said 8% tax, you'd multiply by 1.08. If it said 10% tax, you'd multiply by 1.1 and so on. Okay, so this part after the decimal 0.07 represents the tax, and the whole quantity then represents the following. If you were to spell this out in English, it would be multiply 100x by 1.07 to find the total with the tax included now. So that's the taxed portion taken care of. Now there's one more piece of information up here. It says there's a one-time untaxed fee of $10. That's not included in anything that we've done. So you've got to include it as follows. For example, you could say that it's 1.07 times the 100x plus the 10. And notice something important about the 10, which is that it's not inside the parentheses because we are told across the top there that it's a one-time untaxed fee. So you don't include it within the parentheses. You just place it outside the parentheses for that reason. And then in simple English, what this means now is the following. If I were to spell it out, it would be like saying add 10 to indicate the untaxed fee of 100 outside the parentheses. Key point. Lastly, we can just simply state that the answer is the following. It's 1.07 times 100x plus 10. Okay, and that is it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video.